Get ready with me while I tell you about a real spooky story that actually happened to me IRL. My very first apartment. It was my third year of uni and I moved in with my bestie and we're gonna call her Claire. Claire and I moved into this apartment together in a little artsy community. Claire was living with her mom at the time, and her mom is super awesome. She adopted me because I lost my mom at a really young age, so she has been a mom to me 110%. She taught me everything I know about spirituality, energy, and her mom is planning on moving out to go work in New York full time. So as she's doing that, Claire needs a roommate, and I'm looking to get back out of my parents' house at this point. Everything is going great for a while. We're having fun, enjoying freedom for the first time for real. After so many months goes by, her mom makes a visit back from New York and she stays with us for a while. So, okay, cool. Except she brings a friend along. And this is where the story gets dark. This friend, who fancies himself as shaman, or so he says, his name is Nateo. Now, we're going to be using his real name because if you're going to open up portals to hell in the place where I have to eat, sleep, and shower and live, you're going to get put on blast. So we're putting Nateo on blast here. Nateo comes in and, he's doing his thing or whatever. I don't find anything super weird about him at first. Just kind of hippy dippy. So one day I was at class, I had come home. Claire got home at the same time as me, walked upstairs together. We went into the living room and he has all this little trinkets and stuff all lined up in a pattern on the rug. Stones, crystals, candles, or whatever, probably some tea leaves and stuff like that. And he has some of her stuff in there with it. She had these little My Little Ponies and troll dolls. They were all in this pattern on the rug. And I just thought, okay, are they doing some sort of ritual or something? I don't know. So we're looking at it and we're examining everything. Claire made a strange comment to me that I didn't understand at the time. She's like, the air looks really weird in here. And I'm like, what does she mean by that? At this point, I'm kind of ignorant to this stuff, so I don't really know all about that. She is a lot more psychic than me. She's a lot more intuitive. She's like a walking Ouija board, whereas I'm just kind of cut myself off from that. Some shit scared me when I was little, and I just closed myself off. So she has the psychic powers at this point. I do not. So I didn't really ask. I didn't okay, well, that's strange. For a while, it's fine. We're just doing our routine, not thinking about it, not thinking about the weird stuff all over the rug or shaman guy. Or later that day, I think Claire had gone to her boyfriend's house. I invited a gentleman friend over to partake in some devil's lettuce. We're in the kitchen and we are rolling the devil's lettuce. Claire also has these. Whoa, my contacts. I look like a goat's eye. What is that? Okay, let me fix that. So Claire has these two little black cats that I jokingly called our poltergeist because they would make noise all night. They knew how to open and close the cabinets, but I always knew it was them. We're sitting at the table where I hear tink, tink, tink. In the other room, I hear stuff getting knocked off of one of the shelves in the other room, in her room, in Claire's room. I'm at the other end of the house. And I know that nobody else is home but me and my friend. I yell into the other room, it's enough, assuming it was the cats. I'm like, hey, stop that. My friend turns to me and says, one of your cats is outside and the other one is asleep right there. I was like, okay, that's really weird. I'm sure there's some kind of explanation for it. It wasn't just stuff falling. It was somebody was actually knocking it. You could hear someone knocking stuff down. That's really super weird. So we go out on the back patio. Later on that day, Bestie comes back home. I tell her what happened, and at this point, the energy in this house is getting really uncomfortable. It's starting to just get creepier and creepier, and it's getting heavier and heavier. You can feel the air in this house. It was pressing on my lungs. And this is all happening within hours. Claire comes home and I'm sitting at the kitchen table can't breathe, I'm nauseous, I feel something's on my chest, like crushing my lungs. Shit is getting real at this point. Something is in this house, and it wasn't like a singular entity. It was all around me, like filling the entire apartment. She calls her mom, goes like, hey, you guys need to fix this. It's making Stephanie sick. Come fix this now. I guess they're like, okay, yeah, we'll be there. We both went and like sat outside for a while because I did not want to go back up there. I did not want to know what I was gonna encounter. I ain't ready for this shit, okay? And at this point in my life, I didn't realize that just like yelling at the spirits and telling them to get the fuck out of my house was really an option. Like, I know people do that. So mom returns with her crazy shaman guy friend. They see me like sitting outside, like huddled up in a ball like this. And he's like, well, what's going on upstairs? I'm like, I don't know. Fix it. Close the portal that you opened up. Undo it. I can't sleep here unless you guys fix this. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to go to sleep. I'm gonna try to lay down. This energy is still there, kind of like pressing on me, but it's dissipated a bit. And it was never like that before. Like when I had moved into this place, it had this light, lovely energy that you just wanted to hang out there all day. So like for this to be happening, it was super weird. I can still tell it's there, and I'm laying down trying to sleep. And I'm still hearing knocking in the other room. I'm pretty sure Mom and Crazy Nateo are still in the other room. I'm just gonna like let them, you could fix this, you open the portal, you close it, you deal with this, because I'm done. Done. I'm telling them about the noises coming from the other room with the stuff knocking down. She goes, oh, one of the goblins must have got loose. This has got me fucked up. Never before had I realized that could even be a real thing. What is happening in my life right now? So mom goes back to New York. Mateo goes with her, and he takes the little demons and goblins that he brought with him. Thank God. I can't be living like this no more. Everything kind of goes back to normal slowly. Oh my gosh, these contacts. I look like a goat. That's better. So some more months go by and things are cooling off. Then Claire and I are just hanging out in the living room one day. I think we were like getting ready to go somewhere. Not thinking about any spooky stuff. Like we were just chilling. We had forgotten about it. And then we hear knock, knock, knock on the door. 3 knocks. The important part of this part of the story is that you cannot get to this door without going up a singular flight of stairs from the ground floor up to the 2nd floor. And there's only one door across the hall. So there's a door at the bottom, a staircase, our door, neighbor's door. That is it. You cannot escape without somebody hearing you. So nobody's doing ding dong ditch, because we would have heard them run back down the stairs or run into the neighbor's house, which is like literally a couple feet from our door. So we hear knock, knock, knock. We answer, nobody's there. And again, nobody would have been able to escape in the time that we opened the door without seeing them or at least hearing them. So we're like, okay, a few minutes later, knock, 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 again. And it was a loud knock, and we both heard it at the same time. Like if it was just me alone or just her alone, I would have been like, okay, maybe I'm going crazy. But we both heard it, and it was loud and clear. So we answer, again, nobody's there. So at this point, I'm like, oh, great. Then there was the instance of the building manager finding all his tools in a little pile, because I guess ghosts love to put things in piles. Didn't find him, was looking everywhere for him, found him in a little pile. Lovely. Hair clips, where they go? Okay, that's really weird. My hair clips are missing that I just sat right here. Checked everything. They're just poof. That's creepy. They're messing with me because I'm talking about it. Very funny. You're hilarious. So I guess the moral of the story is that not always places are haunted. Sometimes people are haunted. And you might be haunted and you don't know it. So eventually we ended up moving out of that apartment, not because of the spooky happenings or anything. We just ended up having to move. So that is my spooky story that I've been wanting to tell you guys for so long. In honor of spooky season, happy Halloween. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Have a lovely spooky season.